Hello everyone, I'm Andy lehoux from NHL Draft Central. The NHL lottery just finished and the Buffalo Sabres won. So it's just about time that I finally make my first 2018 NHL Mock Draft. The 2018 draft is described by many as one of the deepest, but much of the year have been focused on one guy, Rasmus Dahlin. Described as almost generational, game-breaking, and the best defenseman coming into the draft since Denis Potvin, and rightfully so. Dahlin put up 20 points in 41 CHL games, and not surprisingly, the best production in history for a defenseman in his draft year. Highlights of him dangling pro CHL player have circulated around the web for more than a year now, and the hype for Dahlin is continuing to grow. Now that's said, let's jump into my 2018 NHL Mock Draft. So let's make it official. With the first overall pick, the Buffalo Sabres proudly select Rasmus Dahlin. Every team fan base fantasized about Dahlin in their respective team jersey, but it's the Buffalo Sabres that will be able to see the Super Swede wearing their team uniform. Buffalo has been waiting for this opportunity for years. They'll finally select at the first spot of the draft and grab their future franchise defenseman. I'm pretty sure Jack Eichel is very happy right now. With Dahlin, the Buffalo Sabres gets a well-rounded defenseman. He got amazing skating, passing, puck handling, vision, and an excellent shot, defensive game, physicality, and hockey IQ. Well, he's good in every category. With the new owner in charge, the Carolina Hurricanes will go straight forward with this pick. Select the best possible player. At the second spot, the Carolina Hurricanes select from Barrie in the OHL, Andrei Svechnikov. The Carolina Hurricanes might not have won Dahlin, but Svechnikov is a special talent nonetheless. The quick rise of Dahlin and Svechnikov's injury at his hand at the beginning of the season made him play the rest of the season in the shadow of Dahlin. For me, Svechnikov is closer than Dahlin than many things. He might be one of the best goal scorers entering the draft in many years, and not as many people are hyped about him. We might look at a situation where in a couple of years, the draft spot won't matter and they will both become two franchise players like Ovechkin and Malkin in 2003, John Tavares and Victor Hedman in 2009, or Austin Matthews and Patrick Laine in 2016. Svechnikov produced 40 goals and 72 points in 44 games in the OHL. The Carolina Hurricanes got a player with amazing skating, shooting, passing, and a good physical game. Montreal is in the search for a center since the end of times, but unfortunately for them, this draft doesn't have any potential first-line center. They will still be very happy with an elite winger to reinforce their forward core. With the third selection, the Montreal Canadiens select from Halifax in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, Filip Zadina. Zadina had an incredible season in Halifax and made multiple pushes for the second overall spot throughout the year. Zadina put up 44 goals and 82 points in 57 QMJHL games. The Montreal Canadiens will be very pleased to get an amazing shooter and puck handler. After being one goal away from the NHL Stanley Cup final, the Ottawa Senators had a disastrous year, finishing 30th. With trade rumors surrounding Coulson, the Sens need to make a hit at the draft, and it won't be so tough. They select with the fourth pick from the Boston University in the NCAA, Brady Tkachuk. Tkachuk is like his brother Matthew, a power forward who likes to mess with his opponent. He's the type of player you want on your team, not on the other side. He posted 8 goals and 31 points in 40 games in the NCAA and looks to be NHL ready, which will make the Ottawa Senators staff even more happy. Arizona had an incredibly bad start of the season, but picked it up in the last 2 months of the NHL calendar. They shown they can jump into playoff contention next year. But another top prospect could always help. They select with the 5th pick from Brinas in the SuperElit, Adam Boqvist. Boqvist is a puck-mover offensive right-handed defenseman and one of the best shooters among defensemen I've seen entering the draft. He produced 17 goals and 29 points in 29 games in the SuperElit. Very Erik Karlsson-like, and will bring joy to fans for many years in Arizona. Let's look at the first top 5 pick. After 25 years of constant success, Detroit started their rebuilding last year, but they will be able to take a big step this year with a top 10 full of defensemen. They gladly select with the 6th pick from London in the OHL, Evan Bouchard. Bouchard is a right-handed offensive defenseman with diverse offensive weapons. He has good passing, good vision, and a very good shot. Many are questioning his skating abilities, but with 25 goals and 87 points in 67 games in the OHL, there is no doubt he can produce. The Detroit Red Wings fans will enjoy watching him control the game. Vancouver dreamed of Dahlin all year, but with the good finish they had to the season, they'll finally have to turn themselves to another elite defenseman. They select with the 7th pick from Acadie Batters in the QMJHL, Noah Dobson. Dobson is a right-handed two-way defenseman with great speed and defensive awareness. He's very good in 1v1 battle on the defensive end. He got 17 goals and 69 points in 67 games in the QMJHL. He's a safe defenseman that can be used in all situations. A player the Vancouver Canucks coaching staff will love. With the success they had in recent history, it's surprising to see Chicago in the top 10. They are still a very talented team and will look to bounce back next year. With this pick, Chicago could go back in playoff contention next year. They proudly select at the 8th pick from the US Development Program, Oliver Wahlstrom. Wahlstrom is a right winger with one of the best shots of the draft with Zadina, Svechnikov and Boqvist. He got very good puck handling and good speed. He put up 22 goals and 45 points in 26 USDP games. A future sniper that the Chicago Blackhawks fanbase will enjoy. As they said to their fans, the Rangers already started their rebuilding, but a pick at the top of the draft will certainly help. They select with the 9th pick from the Michigan University, Quinn Hughes. Hughes is a left-handed puck-mover offensive defenseman. His small size at 5'10" makes him drop a little, but the New York Rangers will gladly take him. He's without a doubt the best skater of the draft. He posted 5 goals and 29 points in 37 games in the NCAA. As the luck didn't turn in their favor like before, Edmonton will still have a chance to grab an elite player. They select with the 10th pick from Spokane in the WHL, Ty Smith. Smith is a left-handed two-way defenseman with amazing passes and skating. He has a great hockey IQ and controls the game in the offensive zone. He produced 14 goals and 73 points in 69 games in the WHL. He might not be the most flashy defenseman of this draft, but he'll be a player the Edmonton Oilers will trust for years. Let's look at the pick 6th to 10th. With their first of 2 top 15 picks, the New York Islanders will look to take the best possible player to convince Tavares to stay in New York. They select with the 11th pick from Assat in the Liiga, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi is a two-way centerman with amazing passes and decent skill. His shot can be surprisingly precise. He helped his defensemen down below. He got 10 goals and 29 points in 57 games in the Liiga. A player who can do everything and could get a decent role with the New York Islanders. With their second top 15 pick, the Islanders will look into needs, and I have a feeling they will select from Drummondville in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, Joseph Veleno. Veleno is a two-way centerman that can help you down defensively, but also showcase great speed and passes offensively. He's a power play specialist. Veleno had 22 goals and 79 points in 64 QMJHL games. He'll make the joy of the coaching staff in the New York Islanders. The draft host of this year's edition, the Dallas Stars, looks to move forward after a disappointing season. With Enskanen coming up, the Stars will gladly take another good prospect. They select with the 13th pick from the US Development Program, Joel Farabee. Farabee is a defensively safe left wing who brings speed and hockey IQ to his game. He makes some very good passes and pretty much do everything well. He got 15 goals and 40 points in 26 USDP games. He's not the most flashy player, but he does everything correctly. He won't have difficulties to find his spot in the Dallas Stars roster. With St. Louis pick, the Philadelphia Flyers will try to solidify their already amazing young core. They select with the 14th pick from Sault Ste. Marie in the OHL, Barrett Hayton. Hayton is a dynamic two-way center who uses his speed and agility to help defensively and offensively. He got a good vision and some nice passes. He put up 21 goals and 60 points in the OHL. He's a player both fans and coaches from the Philadelphia Flyers will enjoy. The Panthers finished 1 point ahead of Colorado, who made the playoff this year, and they are looking to make a push next year too. They don't necessarily need another young player, but you never have too much of those. They select with the 15th pick from Karpat in the Liiga, Rasmus Kupari. Kupari is a speedy centerman with a great shot and some good passes. He's offensively gifted, but he principally gets his offensive chance with his speed and puck handling. He's a super exciting player, and the Florida Panthers fanbase will quickly understand why. Let's look at the pick 11 to 15. Now that the rest of the first round isn't determined, I'll stop here. When the Stanley Cup playoff finishes, I'll post a complete mock draft. Thanks everybody that stayed to the end. Let me know your opinion on my mock draft and share your 2018 NHL Mock Draft in the comments below. I want to see your opinion. If you want to see my Boqvist vs Hughes breakdown, click here. Subscribe for more NHL draft videos and click like if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you for the next one.